And welcome to the stream.tv. That was horrible. That's so out of turn.
That was almost.
But it's the Supergirl Flash crossover episode, but it's still the Flash after show. And it was a crossover. It was amazing. But before we get into that, I'm going to introduce my co-hosts. To the right of me.
Hey, everyone. It's Sabina.
I'm not Sabina. So just you know.
That threw me off a little bit.
I mean, I'm pretty, but I'm not Sabina.
He's not Sabina, has no wire on Twitter. Yeah, no, we're excited for the Supergirl after show with the Flash. And it's just, I'm so confused. I thought this was going to be a two-parter with both shows. And,
well, before we get into that, Sabina, where can we find you? You're Sabina.
I am Sabina, you guys.
I promise I'm Sabina.
And you're David.
I am David. Hi, I'm David. For serious.
And today's the Flash after show, the episode was called Duet, and the wow moments on today's episode was Iris and Mon-El are having an affair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Martin and Joe are married.
Mm-hmm.
And my personal favorite is that the theme of The Flash has lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we get into detail, if you guys want to join in on the fun, make sure to go to social media. It's hashtag TheFlashAS. Ask your questions, and we'll try to get them on the air because we're live. We're on YouTube live, and it's packed right now. So today's episode starts off where Supergirl ended off last night, where she is in another dimension. She is in a music world, and they go and talk to the people on The Flash. What do you think of the beginning, Dave?
It started out well. I've got so many issues with tonight's episode. I mean, okay, it started off well. That answers your question. That's what I thought about how it started.
Sabina?
I honestly think the beginning of this episode kind of like threw me for a loop a little bit. They all show up in the Flash universe because the Music Meister conveniently left the remote to open up the portals there for them. Mm-hmm. Although I was totally won over as soon as Kara started singing Moon River because I love Moon River and she did such an amazing job.
I personally love the intro. It set the tone to the entire episode. I think it's the best, one of the best episodes of The Flash or even television history. How's about that?
Bruh.
Hey, the people on radio.
It's no Buffy the Vampire Slayer musical though.
I mean, hey.
No, it's a little bit better.
No.
Silence. Everyone's hating me. So we saw a lot of, in the movie music world, we saw a lot of cameos from a lot of our favorites. We saw Malcolm Merlyn. We saw Wynn was there. We had Cisco. We had Stein. We had Joe. Who else did we have? Iris was in the house. And, of course, Mon-El. Mm-hmm. First person I think Malcolm Merlyn's the first one we see.
Was it Malcolm or was it Wynn? I don't remember.
Well, it was Malcolm Merlyn. Now, he owns the theater house.
He owns the club, yeah.
He owns the theater house, and he's kind of a jerk gangster, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of his
Which is fitting.
Which is fitting.
I mean, that actor, he's fantastic. So I had no issue with his acting well, I think maybe there was one person who I had issue with. I was going to say I had no issue with anybody. Mm-hmm. But there were some performances tonight that were kind of like, but...
Like whose? Let's talk about that. Let's talk also. You want to talk about the characters?
I mean, I hate to say it, but my baby mama, Iris, Candace Patton, you know, some people can do accents. Some people can't. I'll leave it at that.
Sabina, what do you think of the alternate universe character development?
I thought it was funny because Kara and Barry call it what it is. It's like the Wizard of Oz, and you were there, and you were there, and so they're playing these like caricature dreamland characters in this musical universe that they find themselves in. Because in the beginning of Supergirl last night, Supergirl was watching Funny Face, and then Barry opens up this episode watching Singing in the Rain, which was awesome because Debbie Reynolds, rest in peace. That was lovely. So. I mean, I kind of dug that it's like this is a musical. You have to follow the rules of a musical.
Yeah, and also there was a lot of music involved in yesterday's episode of Supergirl and today's episode of The Flash leading up to all this, which led us to why they're actually in a musical movie.
Right.
And that's what the Music Meister,
Meister.
he explained that to them is because music was in their mind. That's why they ended up in this kind of...
it was their own musical matrix, if you will.
So it's like they are the reasons they're stuck there. Go ahead.
Although I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a cop-out because for anyone who knows the Music Meister, he is a musical character, and it felt like they took that away from him a bit because he was like, oh, that's just the version of me you are imagining in your heads, and that's a bummer because Darren Criss is a great singer, and then we had the past Music Meister, Neil Patrick Harris, kind of like those are some shoes to fill, and I don't know if they were able to do that justice completely.
What if this is an origin story though, where now he realizes that now my niche is musicals, so everyone I'm gonna mess with now is gonna be ending up in a musical.
Will Arrow be next?
Oh goodness, please don't touch Arrow. Please don't. Like, okay, I'll give the episode this. It was a breath of fresh air because it was getting so monotonous with every Flash episode. You could figure out what was going on. You know, it was the same, more of the same. So I appreciated that, yeah, it got lighthearted. You know, we had the musical numbers. Okay, I get it. And it's always awesome when, you know, they listen to fans, when you know, productions listen to fans. And the fans have been wanting this for a long time. So, cool, awesome. But as far as execution goes, that's another story.
I disagree. I thought it was well executed. I thought it was very fun. True, it did not touch on any of the main subjects. The Flash, Savitar wasn't in there, and a few of the other conflicts. I know I wanted a little bit of Savitar, but I will say this though: if you're watching the Supergirl show or the Supergirl after show here with Sabina and I, Dave, you're not invited.
I know.
Well, no, you are. I'm sorry, but anyways, this does resolve the issue of Mon-El and Iris, Mon-El and Kara, but we'll get back into that later. We get introduced to Joe's alter ego in the episode, and I forget, his name passes me. Do you guys remember it? He's a gangster.
Too. I was just like, it's Joe.
Bugsy
Bugsy Briggsy.
Bugsy.
He's a gangster.
YouTube friends help us. Yeah.
And he's Malcolm Merlin's rival.
Yes.
In the episode, he's they're both gangsters and they're on the opposite ends of the thing, and he kidnaps the Flash and Kara, and he's like, hey, you guys work for his club. And
You're gonna help me.
Yeah, you need to help
me, Shane.
Yeah, you need to help get my daughter back. She's kidnapped. So, what do you think of Gangster Joe?
Look, you can have that actor do anything, and I'm gonna love it. You know, so
Digsy.
Digsy.
Thank you, Andrew.
Digsy.
That was his name?
Yeah, Digsy. I knew it was some Igsy. You can't be back in the time of not being Igsy. But I liked him. I liked his character. And again, and then of course when they had him start to sing, it's just I'm like,
he was
good. Keep going, because I love him. I'm trying to be really nice to this episode.
Sabina, what do you think of Gangster Joe?
I was really excited just because he was in the same room as Victor Garber, and they're both musical powerhouses, and I was like, I am into it. I'm here for it. Let's do this song. Come on. Yes.
So he sends Kara and Barry, or they head off to save his daughter. And what's Iris's name in the alternate universe? Do we know? Millie? Millie. And they go to this they ask Cisco, Pablo, who's really Cisco in this universe, for help, and then they get sent to this hotel or apartment, and they find Millie, and when they open the door, they find Millie and Mon-El. Once again, Mon-El gets the girl.
Getting it.
He is making out with Iris or Millie, and you should see the face on Barry Allen
Secret
and Kara.
Yeah, they was getting their swirl on. It was okay. It was. That was entertaining to see as well.
That was funny.
There was so many fun, lighthearted moments about this episode that I did enjoy.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not gonna try. Please, I'm not bashing this episode completely. There were things I would have liked to be different, but. That was another thing. Just all these little fun aspects and things
And
that you would never really see, and there would never really be a reason for it in the main storyline. It's just a cool what if episode.
Hold on a second. The CW is calling me. Yeah. Okay. Hello. Tell Dave to leave the show. No. What do you think of the affair?
I thought that it was
we'll see. Yeah.
really interesting that and cute that they homaged Broadway in that it was, star-crossed lovers, Millie and Tommy, who is Mon-El in the episode. They end up being the children of Cutter and Diggsy, and Barry and Kara, tell them to fess up to their love because they're trying to follow the script. Because everyone knows in the musical when the star-crossed lovers announce their relationship, everything starts going right.
Right. Of course.
Of course.
So they go and Millie decides to go and tell her parents the truth that, hey, I'm dating I don't know what Mon-El's name is. Tommy, who's part of the rival gang, and we're in love. So he gets there, and the surprise is Joe is married to Martin, and he's like, what's up? You think something's wrong here? No, move along. All right, what's up? Okay, so that was supposed to be kind of like a...
Yeah,
that
she
was
walks
really
away saying,
cute.
Dads.
I liked it.
Hello,
like,
dads. And I was like,
Yeah.
dads?
Yeah.
Oh, they're her dads. I love this. And it morphed into a wonderful, heartfelt song with Victor Garber.
Yeah, that was great.
And the both dads singing, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted.
All the feels.
I am going to disregard all the weird plot stuff happening that does not make sense to me because the singing is happening and this duet is happening and I'm,
Right. Right.
Yes, let's go.
You know why, though, right?
Why what?
Music has the power to make everything better.
Yeah.
Which was the
Yeah, it
message
does.
of tonight's episode. Dave,
It's
you want to
the
sing?
power of love. That's for you, Internet.
I did think that was kind of funny because we kind of skipped over this, but in the beginning they sing the love song, "Put a Little Love in Your Heart."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think that's gonna be like the solution here.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it was
he
like a
just starts
massive
singing
wink.
that like a big wink that
Right.
Meister gives them. But I thought it was great to also see Cisco and Wynn sing. And
Cisco was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Well, I was very impressed with Wynn as well. Like, if that was actually his voice, it was
No,
really
that
good.
is. He's like a big Broadway person. Before all these TV shows, he was in Newsies.
Wow.
He got to use his Newsies voice.
Well, kudos.
He was in the last
'cause
5 years
I
as
was
well.
very impressed when he was going.
Oh, yeah, no,
I
he
didn't really
is-
care for his accent. He was another one where the accent was kind of like, eh. But as far as when he started to sing, I was like, go ahead, boy. Go ahead with them pipes, okay? All right.
Yes.
So we see, meanwhile, in the real world, outside the musical,
Outside of the Matrix.
yeah, our heroes, which is Cisco, Martian Manhunter, and who am I missing here? Kid Flash. They're going after the Music Master, and he's obtaining all their powers, right? He has Supergirl's powers and the Flash, so he's the fastest super powered
Yeah, he's
superhero.
like ultimate superhero man.
But what do you think of that?
I thought that was cool, and that
Yeah.
whole sequence was dope. Now I know everybody's, loving the musical aspect of everything, but me being, action sci-fi guy, I loved that fight. Even though it was essentially useless, it was kind of just a pointless fight. It looked good. It was a testament to where the show is. I don't know if they got a better budget or anything, but everything looked great. It was choreographed well, and it was intense. I really enjoyed that fight. And then we got back to the musical Matrix.
Sabina, the fight between our heroes and the Music Master. What do you
Meister.
think?
Well,
Meister.
The Meister. It's the Meister.
I hear you,
Meister.
Carrie Louise Henderson. I hear you.
Yes.
She's like,
I'm
it's
having
Meister,
a
not
Meister.
Master.
Guys, I'm having a Mesoplex moment.
Mixy.
Mixy.
Mixy. thought the action was great. I was just really excited to get to the musical numbers. And I really thought it was going to be more filled with music than it actually was. So I was just like, okay, let's get past this and like go to more music now, please.
Speaking of which, you guys out there, if you want to tell us, what was your favorite musical number of tonight's episode?
Yeah, please.
I know there's a lot of chatter right now on Reddit that the Super Friends piece was everyone's favorite. I really liked that one. I thought it was fun how Barry Allen calls out Superman and tells Kara that he's overrated or he doesn't get the big deal, and then he like mimics him with the thing. But Dave, if you had a musical number from tonight's episode, which one would you pick?
Okay. I'm gonna have to jump on the bandwagon with this one. If I have to pick, I did like the ballad with
Barry?
Stein and Joe. I really liked that. But I did like the fun and the cute aspect of Super Friends because it reminded me, and this is why I'm telling you I'm not bashing musicals and stuff because I'm a musical fan. It reminded me of some of the stuff that I liked on a High School Musical. It was like Sharpay and her brother, singing like bop 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 straight to the top. It reminded me of that kind of fun.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly. So I enjoyed those two numbers. The ballad with John Barenthal was in that ballad as well. Remember all three of Barrowman, yeah, like they were all. That was Punisher. That would have been a dope episode. He comes in with a Tommy gun.
That reminds me, today's episode was kind of like a Legends of Tomorrow crossover.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, so this was a multi-CW superhero bash crossover, which I thought was very cool. And speaking of Legends of Tomorrow, they're going to be on right after this show, so make sure to stay tuned. And we have previous episodes up on the stream on YouTube, so if you want to check that out after we're done here. But Sabina, what was your favorite musical number?
My favorite was Barry's song at the end. I just thought it was really well done. We got to hear Grant just belt a song, and it was really romantic. And I was like, "Are you guys engaged again? Is this what's happening?" Yes. Oh my God.
And we'll get back to that. I really love that song because it revealed something. And if you listen closely, it's the theme to The Flash. So now I'm going to be singing that.
That should be our intro music. It should be our intro music.
We need Supergirl lyrics. We need Arrow lyrics. We need Legion lyrics.
We should write lyrics to the theme songs.
So you.
I
Let's
accept the challenge. I'm so down. You watch. Think I'm playing next week. I got you.
So our heroes actually capture the music Meister. Is that?
Yes.
And I got it.
Woo!
All right.
He gets a cookie.
He's in Star Labs, and they're like, all right, Iris and Mon-El are like, we got you. Let our friends free. And he's like, it's up to them. It's all about love. If love could free them. So then what happens next is that they show their love to Barry and Iris.
It's a magical makeout session.
And Mon-El and Kara, they get, they make Cisco vibe
them into the Matrix
Suddenly,
brain
yeah.
thing.
What do you think of that, Dave?
Why?
Because you're here.
Because you showed up. No, I thought it was weird that he could vibe into the mind, but I guess, they even said, though, I did kind of like that they were like, I mean, you vibed us to this place and this place and this place. Why not that place, too? So, okay, I get it. Silly, fun sci-fi logic. Okay, cool. So it worked. And again, with how the theme of the episode is, how it's just a fun, episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. It was fine.
Vibing into the musical dimension. What do you think, Sabina?
I was kind of hoping the Music Meister would get them in there, but if you could do that the whole time, why do that late? So that just felt like a little sloppy to me, but that was just my thoughts.
And as they figure out what they need to do, there's a big shootout between the rival gangs. We have Cutter and Joe's gang. They're shooting at each other back and forth because even though they expressed that, hey, you know what, we approve of you dating someone from the opposite gang in front of their kids. They went ahead and
still
like,
gonna kill your
seriously,
daddy,
yeah,
though.
we're still gonna fight. So there's a big shootout, right? And all the carnage and stuff. And then Barry steps in the middle. He gets shot.
And
he
so-
goes
Yeah,
down.
okay. That
And then
was
Kara,
dumb.
what?
They ran. He literally, knowing he didn't have powers, ran into the middle of the fight and was like, "Guys, stop!"
He forgot.
He,
Well, I mean,
got
like,
it.
you're so used to, like, whenever something is going down, just running in
Yeah.
there,
See,
that it
Sabina
kind of
knows.
makes sense for them to just run in there, like, forgetting that they're in this world, so they get shot.
That's a
Okay.
good. See, Sabina knows.
Like, if your
Okay.
instinct is to do that on the regular, I'm sure their last thoughts were like, oh, damn.
He got hit.
Wait, we got hit.
Oops. That bullet, though.
that causes their bodies at Star Labs to start going into convulsions and start to die. So these guys got to hurry and vibe to the musical world or dimension, and they get to they go there and then
They have a magical makeout session.
yeah, they make out with the dead bodies.
Yeah. That's the power of
They
love.
were
There we go.
unconscious, and Iris plants a kiss, which is illegal. And
Oh gosh, this is
and
good
then,
times right here, people.
you know, Mon-El, well, that's expected from him. He kisses an unconscious Kara.
You know what?
She's like, but she's hot though. She's
Yeah,
hot.
no.
So I
Yeah,
can,
but no, she's hot.
It's all right. It's
She's
all right.
hot.
She's hot. It's all right. She's hot.
And what do you think of the magical, Sabina? What do you think of the
Magical
Okay.
makeout session.
So they had
Beauty
a
and the
setup
Beast?
in the beginning of the episode with Pablo / Cisco being like, I'm gonna take my shot. And I was like, wait, does this mean he doesn't get to take his shot? We're at the end of the episode. Oh no. Okay, I guess we're here now. Yeah.
You wanted to see
I
that
wanted
moment.
to see that moment.
Just let me in the game, coach.
Just let me in the game, coach.
Oh, so you wanted Cisco to get his musical number?
Yes.
He
and then
did.
I feel like things were wrapped up really quickly, like as soon as they were vibed in there, you know?
Magical
And-
makeout, and bam!
And then actual Cisco disappeared too, like in that moment. So
yeah, like why wasn't? Well, because you know sometimes he kind of like meets them at a crossroad. Remember, like when he let Barry back into the Speed Force, he's like, "This is as far as I can go. It's got to be you the rest of the way." And then he ran. and
Well,
went
I
in.
gotta say, I know where Cisco was.
Where was
It's
Cisco?
the 1940s. The ladies are hot. Cisco, you know, he has a record. He was going out there. He was hitting the bars.
He's trying to find his musical gypsy doppelganger.
So that's Cisco. Everyone looks so cool here, huh, in this episode, too. I thought the 40s outfits
I had
were
a
amazing.
I had a
Go
shout
ahead.
out to Andrew because he's like, Sabina, Pablo wasn't real. Like, he was real to me. He was real to me. And I was like, he's going to get his chance to shine. And he didn't. And I'm bitter.
So right here, this resolves the issue. We've been having a Supergirl with Supergirl kind of upset at Mon-El because he's a prince from another world and she was lied to. So she realizes that, hey, you know, sometimes you have to lie to
To
keep the
protect
love.
those, I don't know.
Something like that.
Something like that. I thought it was kind of sloppy.
Yeah, last time I lied like that, I
I
got
know, I'm
slapped.
not
all
okay
I'm
with
saying.
Kara forgiving Mon-El.
There you go, some morals
Not-
for you kids.
not my thing.
You can lie if you're gonna save people.
If you have superpowers.
Yeah, right.
Although from the preview for next week, we do see Kara punch Mon-El, and I'm also
looking
into
forward
that.
to
Yes,
that.
exactly.
That episode looks pretty dope.
Wait, hold on. I didn't
Kind of
see-
makes me
what-
feel like
what
John
happened-
Wick too.
What happened here?
It's like
during the episode of The Flash, we had a preview for next week's Supergirl episode,
Yeah.
and we do see Kara punch Mon-El, and I was excited when it happened.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're gonna go back on the rocks, hopefully, and not be together.
So, and then after all this happens, they come back to Earth 1. Our heroes from Supergirl, Martian Manhunter and Mon-El, and Supergirl, decide to go back to their world. And that resolves that. I guess Mon-El and Supergirl are okay until she punches them next week. And then, we see Barry Allen. He heads over to where they live, where him and Iris live, and he sings to her the theme to the Flash, and it's beautiful. Right, Dave?
Right. It's
It
beautiful.
was so good. good. It's Running Home to You. It was written by the guys who wrote songs for La La Land. And it kind of made me want the episode to have been in the real world, because that was such a modern, cool song and a great ballad. And I was like, man, Music Meister should have just spent the whole time in the real world making people sing.
I'm going to piggyback off of that. I agree. See, that was my issue with that moment. Like, pick what you want to do. You had me convinced and accepting this musicalness in this fantasy world. So let it live there. Like, because I keep calling it the musical Matrix, because that's how I felt.
Yeah.
It's like, you can do certain things in the Matrix that you can't do in the real world. So I didn't like him coming out, and all of a sudden, now I'm a singer, and I wrote this song for you in 5 minutes, and here we go, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I wasn't feeling it. But I would have preferred him having, like, Music Meister powers. That would have made it all the more weird and fun if the real them all of a sudden couldn't help but sing everything.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why you
That's
have the
what
Music
I wanted.
Meister.
Exactly. That's what it should have been.
And in this episode, the Music Meister was basically like, you know, I'm not exactly the Music Meister. I'm gonna throw you guys into this dream world where he's essentially saying that I saw 2 people with broken hearts and I ship you guys so hard that he like fanficked them to get back together in the real life, which I think is an interesting ploy, but going back to what the character is and sort of like a lot of the missed opportunities, it would have been cool to see him use the Music Meister abilities to force what they really want to come out. That's what musicals are about. When people break into song in musicals, it's because they can't express something in words. They have to express it in music for the truth to come out.
Right.
And they could have like had that used as a weapon against them, and it wasn't. So that was a bummer.
A little bit, I gotta admit, I really liked the episode. Honestly, I'm among the majority.
Yeah.
But he could have been called the Cupid Master.
Like,
Because his
true.
whole thing was,
Yeah.
you know, to
get
like
them
He
back.
was like a
The hearts
Cupid
together,
version
yeah.
of Jigsaw from the Saw movies. It's like, I want to play a game. Start singing songs. Like, I don't know. And hey, Mr. Andrew and Carrie, okay? I am a romantic, all right? I get the feels, okay? I saw what you wrote. It hurt my feelings. But I still love y'all. Thank you.
So I'm going to take it to you, Sabina. Where do you think the show heads from here? You think we're going to get some Savitar action?
It seemed very detached from anything Flash plot related. Where we've gone the back and forth between Iris and Barry. I guess they're on again. Cool. So Savitar is going to kill Iris. I like that dig in the song where Kara's like, we can do it all over again. And he's like, no, except I can't because I keep doing that and messing things up. So, I mean, I wonder what's going to happen there. Like, I don't know, Barry should sing more in more Flash episodes.
Dave, where's this all heading?
To hell and back again. No, I'm glad they listened to the fans. I'm glad they gave this to the fans. Hopefully the fans are satisfied. We did it. It's done. Now, I really want to see more of the meatiness. Like, I really want more depth again back from The Flash. Again, I get it. The shows can get kind of dark, and a fun episode is necessary once in a while. Get that. So, as far as where we're gonna go, I have no idea at this point. But I'm hoping that, you know, they really kind of get in there and, you know, give us again some dark, gritty, really good material in the future.
Oh, actually, I want to add on to something I want to see happen in the next episode is shout out to Cindy Dawn on Facebook for pointing this out. Barry didn't ask for Joe's permission to marry Iris again, so I want to see Joe mad again in musical form. Yes.
I want to close up by saying I thought today's episode was wonderful. It was different. It made me feel more into the characters. I was crying like a little kid almost with Barry singing to Iris. I'm usually not like that. I'm a tough guy, as you can tell by our weekly shows. I think what it did well was that now I care more about Barry and Iris. And Savitar's going to stick a knife in her back. Or a spear or whatever, from what we see in the future. And that's going to suck. I'm going to feel real bad, and I don't know, I may take that after show off. But with that, I'll end on a lighter note.
There should be a reprise to Running Home to You when he like just fails at saving her. That would be really emotional.
Okay, guys. So unfortunately, this episode is gone like a flash. Get it?
Fun.
Dave, you want to tell everyone how they can reach you?
You can find me at Real Cool Dude. That's REEL Cool Dude. You can find me on YouTube. I do movie reviews and other shenanigans. Got one up there for Beauty and the Beast. Do a little musical intro myself. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz.
And it's fantastic, your intro. Sabina?
You can find me on Twitter at Sabina Has No R. That's where all my shenanigans are. All the stream.tv links will be there, and as well as my horror filmmaking and just Disney fangirling.
And my name is Louis Love. And before I go, I want to say what's up to Lance Osfresser for handling
Lance?
all the Facebook pages for us. And you can find me on @NukeTheFridge, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Stay tuned because the Legends of Tomorrow after show is about to start. Stay on the chat, talk, share, subscribe to stream.tv. With that, I'm out.
Bye.
Deuces.